It's everything you never needed to know. This is totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What is an audiohography?
Are you bumfuzzled? Hi, I'm. Hi.
I might be.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Okay. And then what else? What do we do week after week?
We scoured the internet, not being bumfuzzled, but we scoured the internet to find out these totally useless facts just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag segment. Actually, we have a follow-up email from someone that we had last week. She's still stuck on Forks Lever. And in the news, they had the Stones to cheat.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Innovations. Ideas. The Totally Useless Information Podcast presents Inventions.
Thank you for joining us. 90-plus countries around the world and coast to coast to coast in Canada and the United States. iHeartRadio Network is where you would find us. Thank you wherever you find your podcasts. We are thrilled that you've joined us.
Yeah. You know what cyanocyanate is, Nick?
I think I took that to cure a cold or something.
Cyanocyanate.
Oh, no, not there.
No. That's Fox Lever.
Right.
Cyanocyanate is crazy glue.
Oh, really?
That's the real name of crazy glue. That's the chemical name.
Right.
Well, it was an accident. These two scientists were working in an optical lab.
Right.
And they had to put these two lenses together with a substance in between that would turn clear so that the light would shine through with no prism.
Okay.
I guess for the blue light or whatever they were working on.
Sure.
When they put the substance in between, they put it together. They go, that's not working so well. All right, let's take it apart and clean it off. Let's try to take it apart. Here, you hold this side and I'll hold this side and we'll try to take it apart.
Right.
Crazy glue.
Wow.
They never knew it was going to stick like that.
Well, you know what the other one said to the other? Because they're trying to figure out a name for it. And they go, the guy's like, I'm stuck. No, I'm trying to figure. No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Just two scientists bonding.
Yes. Yes. So in the 1970s, this invention went crazy. It was wild. In fact, it was a fad. That's how crazy it was. They bought this thing in the 1970s. They put it in a box. It came with a care manual.
I know what it is.
Highlighting how clever marketing can...
Was it a pet?
Hold on. You're getting closer. This is how clever marketing can transform something truly useless. That's our middle name. No, that's our first name. No, second name.
They're going to put us in a box.
Yeah. Into an overnight sensation. Yes, it was the pet rock. The pet rock.
How stupid were people?
But
I mean, they put a rock in a box.
Yes.
And the person must have been dying laughing, going, everybody's going to want to buy this.
It got even better because there was then a USB pet rock, updated the concept of the original rock.
No.
But here's the thing. You think, it's quite practical and functional, right?
Sure. Everybody needs a rock. You never know when your papers are going to fly off the desk.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, that's what we use the computer for. You use the computer as a paperweight.
No, that's what I use my workout equipment for.
I think I told you I have one of those rowers. You said, so did you remove the laundry off of them yet?
Nick uses it as a valet.
Yeah. Anyway, the USB Pet Rock had no function. It did not serve any purpose at all. It didn't store files. It didn't run programs or even light up. It was just a spot
rock
to put on your USB port. So you would think after the 1970s, people would get smarter. Nah, not a chance.
No. Well, we're like idiots to that craze, you know?
Yeah.
So you said the 1970s, correct?
That's correct.
Well, I'm going back to the 1790s.
Oh, okay.
A time Nick remembers well. He was just a youth prancing around.
Yes.
The only problem was, Nick, every time he was prancing around in the streets, Nick would bust the buckles off his shoes.
Yes.
Because people buckled or belted their shoes. It is not until 1790 in England that somebody said, I'm going to put these strings into holes and we'll tie the leather to our feet.
Wow.
and thus shoestrings.
Wow. We have spoken on the show about losing some weight, right? Looking after
Yes.
ourselves at our age. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which I never sent you the diet.
no, you
but
should
okay.
send me, yeah, because I'm blaming you for me becoming,
I want to put it on the website so that
Okay.
people can see it and give
All
it a try for
All
themselves.
right, so
You
write
lose
it
about
down.
between 20 and 40 pounds.
And you go to nickandroy.com. It'll let you know when it's there. But in the meantime, in Japan, this product claimed to help lose weight
Mm-hmm.
because it had 0 calories. Released in Japan, diet water. So, despite the regular water already having 0 calories, this became an example of absurd marketing in the health industry. And
Diet
people
water.
bought it.
They bought the diet
Water.
sugar-free
No,
water.
not sugar-free, diet water. That's how it was
Oh,
marketed.
that's just diet water.
Now, look, there's smart water out there. They call it smart water. I saw this great sign that said, I think it was smart water, like $6, and it said clearly it's not working.
You know what we should come out with?
What's that?
A product, and we should give it like 2 letters, M and T. And when you open it up, it's just an empty can. But you need to open it up with a can opener.
That's right. Yeah.
Which will befuddle half the nation.
Right. No, not befuddle, but what did I say? Befuzzled.
Befuzzle.
Befuzzled. We'll find out
We'll
what that
get
is.
to that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we also
Yes.
have some special guests coming in later on our show. And these are musicians that we're going to knock your socks off, really. So wear an extra pair of socks.
Oh no, these guys are rocking, man. This is their second album, and
All right.
yeah.
Because we'll talk about music and we'll talk about them. So, and even though it doesn't matter what genre of music you appreciate or don't appreciate, a musician is a musician is a musician. So we'll talk to them a little bit later. What
Oh
else?
no, I'm telling you, you're gonna freak out with
Yeah.
these guys
Yeah.
because this is Forsaken Throne.
Wow. Isn't that what
Yeah,
you said that
Forsaken
happened?
Throne.
Is that what you
That's
said?
another tease, huh?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Nick. Umbrellas,
Umbrella. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what an umbrella is. Everybody knows what an umbrella is. What do you do with an umbrella, Nick?
You sing about it. Me and my
No,
umbrella.
you-
No.
You bring an umbrella when it's gonna what?
Rain.
Of course,
All right.
everybody has an umbrella
Okay.
in case it
Well,
rains.
that
right?
was useless. What did you bring that up for?
Well, the umbrella wasn't invented for that. In fact, the original umbrellas were made out of paper. They were done in Japan. They were made for the ladies to keep the sun off their heads.
Oh.
Umbrellas had nothing to do with the weather until eventually it started to rain. And for a couple of seconds, the paper would deflect the water from their heads. And they said, oh, if we make this out of something a little more waterproof, we have something here. So the umbrella was not originally designed to block water. It was designed to block the sunlight, more like a parasol.
Well, truthfully, I've seen elderly Asian people with umbrellas on a sunny day. Speaking of Asian, the origin of the umbrella, like no one invented it, but the concept of a portable sun and rain protection, which is what you're talking about.
Yes.
China, Egypt, and Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago.
Yeah, it was originally for the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Not the moon.
They weren't stupid. They weren't going out in the rain.
That's right. Yeah, because paper made out of paper, it would disintegrate.
Exactly.
Thomas Edison, our favorite inventor,
Oh,
a
I hate him.
prolific inventor who
No,
allegedly,
prolific thief.
right, allegedly.
Allegedly.
He created a talking doll in the 1890s with a tiny phonograph inside. Now, when I was doing research for this show here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, we're doing inventions. And so I said to my wife, I said, I found this invention. And she said, don't you remember we went down to the Ford Edison Museum, which is down in Naples, right?
In Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers,
Yes.
okay?
And it's wonderful at Christmas time.
Oh, it was great when we went in the summer. It's wonderful. And I think I've seen it. So this is a talking doll in the 1890s with a tiny phonograph inside. Here's the problem. The children were terrified because there was a disturbing, scratchy voice
Yeah.
from that.
Howard!
Yes. And it was quickly withdrawn from sales. So nice try, Thomas Edison. But
Yeah,
no.
you'd pull the string and it would say, yeah, figured I'd give you something else to edit.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot. Thanks very, very much. So
Yeah.
you said something else to edit. Someone asked me, how much of the show, when we hear it on the radio and the podcast, do we actually hear like what's not in there? I said, you know what? The stuff I edit out, I need a priest or a lawyer, and sometimes both.
Yeah, you need a priest to confess it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Repentant. I know this is Inventions.
Yes.
There is only one head coach of a university. In fact, it is the University of Kansas.
Okay.
Specifically, the University of Kansas basketball team. This person is the only coach to have a completely losing record.
And he celebrated. Hold on. He celebrated?
What?
He's celebrated because he has the lose, like the most.
No, he celebrated because his name is James Nesmith, the guy who invented basketball.
No. Wow.
Yes, that is true. He was the head coach of the University of Kansas basketball team, and he lost every season.
Wow. Well, he hadn't perfected the game yet. I think that's the problem.
He didn't know the rules, I guess. I don't know.
Listen,
James the loser.
Listen, he was a basket case, is what he was. Do you have Dyson vacuums in your household?
Dyson vacuums, I do not.
Okay.
I did have a Dyson vacuum,
But they're apparently.
but I returned it.
Okay. Why?
Do you want to do your fact first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Good.
So James Dyson, the inventor, invented a ball barrel, not a wheelbarrow, but a ball barrel. What it was actually a wheelbarrow with a spherical wheel that was difficult to control on construction sites. So they decided to withdraw that invention, and thankfully he kept working on some stuff and came up with much better inventions later on.
Yes, the Dyson ball.
Yeah.
Now, I bought the vacuum, the Dyson ball vacuum.
All right.
And we bought it because everybody raved on how great Dyson vacuums are.
Right.
Now, this thing is great. I mean, it'll suck the drapes off the wall.
Right. Okay.
But it was so heavy that we couldn't have it for a 2-story house. You had to bring it up the stairs. It was like literally, honestly, for me, it was heavy.
You'd have to buy a second one. No, you buy an upstairs one and a downstairs one. That was the idea. He's ingenious.
Well, we cut past that because we figured there was maintenance involved in that. So we just we got 2 maids, one for upstairs and one for downstairs.
Right.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Scientists out of Penn State University have invented a new diaper, a smart diaper, with sensors built into the paper that alert you when the diaper needs to be changed. So the diaper sends a notification to your phone when the diaper is wet. Smart diaper.
Wow, that's actually a smart thing.
It is.
You'll test them out, Nick.
That's right. That's right. You know what? I got the book, Smart Diapers for Dummies.
That book's all wet.
You can go to our website, nickandroy.com, and you can order your loved one a very special birthday or anniversary, or for the upcoming holiday season, Christmas greetings as well for your family.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you got to do it, folks. nickandroy.com. Type on go to the Nick and Roy store.
Yep.
You'll see it at the top of the page. There is an actual birthday message that you can listen to.
Yeah.
You're going to see this is one of the greatest gifts you can buy for anyone. I'm telling you right now, if you have somebody you go, I don't know what to get them, they have everything. They don't have this, and I guarantee you that this will be probably the greatest gift they ever got. You will look like a superstar. It's very inexpensive. Go to nickandroy.com. Nick, tell them what to do.
Go to the Nick and Roy store. You click on it. It's a personalized gift that it's so unique, no one would even come close to it. You have those.
Yeah, there's a sample. You can listen to it,
right there.
and it'll give you an idea. It's an entire show, a mini show for the person's birthday or in anniversaries, now Christmas. It's expanding so much because people are just driving us nuts to get them done.
And all you have to do is go to nickandroy.com. So here's one of our newer topics, words, which we don't have an intro to right now, but we'll figure something out, you know. So I know you're really just chomping at the bit, okay? Like you were just wondering, what the heck is a bumfuzzle?
Yeah, what's a bumfuzzle, Nick?
You see a proctologist for it.
Oh,
No.
for sleeper.
That's right. 2 frog sleepers will take care of that bumfuzzle. The meaning, bumfuzzle, is to confuse, fluster, or bewilder. Like most of the audience here on Totally Useless Information.
Most of our listeners.
It's a combination of bumfuzzle and fizzle, the latter of which means to fail or end weakly. So to bumfuzzle is basically confuse or fluster or bewilder with somebody.
I thought it was to bump into somebody with one of those furry costumes on. That's a bumfuzzle.
No.
Get ready for this one. I love this.
Okay.
The longest word that does not repeat any letter.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, it's uncopyrightable.
Oh,
Uncopyrightable
okay.
is one word,
Okay.
and it does not repeat a letter. Uncopyrightable.
Can I cover your right eye? Okay. How about someone who practices this? A taradiddle. Taradiddle.
Oh, I practice that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm getting rather good at it. Nick.
Yeah. Well, taradiddle means to be pretentious with nonsense or lying.
Oh, no, it's not.
It refers to a little white lie or a fib that we often tell. Not just
And
once.
what is it called?
Taradiddle. Taradiddle.
Oh, taradiddle.
Taradiddle.
Yeah, we had Tara on the show.
Yeah.
She's on fire. She is on fire as a comic. She's a great comic.
She is.
And if you guys listen to that show, if you go back in on nickandroy.com.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah. So here was my teaser.
Okay.
Autohagography. Autohagography.
Okay.
Okay. It's very similar to what you just said in a way.
All right.
It is when a person writes an autobiography and makes themselves appear better than they really are. They're liars.
So yeah, so
they write tiny lies or embellish
Right.
on something they've done, kind of like a Forrest Gump. Yeah.
So while they're writing their autobiography, they were practicing taradiddling. So
That's why nobody could read the book. Just looked like scribbled. To them.
Yes, you have to read it
Well,
from
like,
right
were you
to left.
tittle-battling?
Yes, I was. As a matter of
Well,
fact.
I was Heidi-Diddly doing too.
Exactly. Now you've been around boats practically all your life, right? You've owned boats, you've maintained boats, right?
I'm rather a boat captain,
Yeah.
Nick. I'm kind of.
You're
God, they call me Captain Stubing.
So on this boat, so you have the port side and what's the other side?
The port and the starboard.
Starboard. Okay.
Yes.
How about abaft? ABAFT. Have you ever heard of that being a marine?
Well, I like to shower myself.
Abaft, yeah. No, not a bath. You don't have a speed
My
impediment.
wife prefers a bath.
Preferably with you not in it. So the abaft is toward or
That
at,
would require 1 inch of water.
Yeah. Yeah, and at your size, it'll become 5 inches.
And and 2 things of vegetable oil to get me out.
Vegetable, I use olive oil. Come on.
Yeah,
abaft.
yeah.
It's towards or at the stern of a ship. It's a preposition or adverb primarily used in maritime contexts, meaning towards the stern or behind the boat. It indicates.
Of course, because you're getting wet. You're getting a bath.
There you go. That's the origin of the word. It indicates, see, I just taradiddled. I embellished it. It indicates a position further to the rear of the ship, which Roy is really familiar with. Another reference point.
Get ready, folks, because a lot of you out there have this problem.
Yes.
Calomaniacs.
Calomaniacs?
Calomaniacs. They are people that think they are much better looking than they really are. First off, who judges that? That's what I hope it's Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
I trust her. No.
So what is the expression, Kara?
Calomaniacs.
Calomaniacs.
They think they're really good looking. So I'm now going to have to go to the psychiatrist tomorrow and say, am I suffering from calomania?
Yeah. And you know what they'll prescribe you?
Well, I'm going to go to the psychiatrist and say I'm not suffering. How could I be? I mean, look at me.
Right. What's the expression you love to spew out, which is "I'm not conceited"?
I'm convinced.
Yeah, thank you. You know, there's a whole theme here, right? Because you were saying, what is it,
Calamaniacs,
right? Calomaniacs, right?
Autohagrography.
Right. Okay. And then you're basically taradiddling and bum fuzzling everyone else because of the book that you're
yeah.
reading.
A bath. Right. I'm taking a bath.
Exactly. How about snickersnee?
Snickersnee.
Snickersnee.
Cool.
It's an archaic word with two primary meanings: a large knife for cutting and thrusting, and a fight with such knives. So has it?
So if you're snickersneeving with somebody, it's a knife fight.
Exactly. The word is of Dutch origin, combining the Dutch words for to stab and to cut, to fight with knives or long, dangerous knives. Snickersee.
Yeah. So don't bring a corn apple to a snickersnee. I just invented a word, corn apple.
Wow. Well, that's what we do here is invent words on totally useless information.
Which you need a snickersnee to core an apple. Oh my God.
And Roy.
I just reversed it. That's
he did. It was just hysterical, really. He got to the core of the issue.
Okay, this not the core of the problem.
Right.
That's going to take some more therapy. Okay.
100%.
I love this.
Yes.
Gymnasium.
Yes.
We all know that word, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a Greek word, Nick.
Yes.
Gymnasium is Greek for gymnasium.
Okay.
That's how, of course, it becomes gymnasium.
Gymnasium, sure.
But
It makes sense.
gymnasium.
Okay, it's a good word. You done?
Which means...
there's more.
There's a Greek meaning to the word gymnasium.
Okay. And
which means to exercise naked.
Oh.
Which is what most of the men did in Greek times. They did not wear clothing. They went into the gymnasium and they began to work out.
Right.
Naked.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why I did not attend the gymnasium.
No, did not. And that, of course, is where the game of Duck, Duck, Goose came from. Thanks for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. And we really appreciate you contacting us on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada, including CFRA in Ottawa, CFRB or Newstalk 1010 in Toronto, CKLW in Windsor, CJD in Montreal, of course, and CFAX out in Victoria.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
It's time to gear up for fall with cool fashions, cooler weather, and a very cool Kensington market. Hello, this is Cool Nick and Cool Roy for Tom's Place.
I like the way you did that.
That's right. Where the cool guys in Toronto shop.
So check out the latest fall fashions that have just arrived. And hey, it's Tom's Place. So even the new arrivals are on sale. Fall colors, new patterns, fresh designs, designer suits, including the new arrivals. So check out the fabulous collection of designer suits for our listeners of the radio show and the podcast. $375. You heard it right there. Slash to $375.
Wow. Pick out a couple of sports jackets while you're at it. Dress up for the office or down for the weekend, or a wool top coat for 50% off on our first floor.
Play it cool at Tom's Place like we do at Tom's Place, 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market. Visit Tom's at toms-place.com. That's TOMS-place.com.
Tom's Place. They'll suit you.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn. From Beethoven to Bieber, rock and roll to rhythm and blues. This is totally useless music information with Nick and Roy.
Thank you for joining us. And yes, we're absolutely tickled pink that we have not one, not two, but three guests. I think this is the most guests we ever had in our studios, right?
I think tickled pink is actually a saying from like 1920 when Nick was born.
Yeah. And 23 skidoo to you too. We're thrilled today because now we talk about music on the show, of course. It's one of our topics. But today we have a group, three gentlemen from the group called Forsaken Throne. And Roy, what did you say about Forsaken Throne? What is it that you thought it was?
What didn't I say? This is their second
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Okay. And all full disclosure, I am related to Craig through my wife.
So we'll introduce. So Craig Santangelo, hi, welcome to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Thanks for having us.
So
Thank
the
you.
fact that you're related to Roy, you can leave at any time. We'll totally understand. We have Peter Tenari, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Robert, welcome as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Peter and Robert are brothers.
They are, yes.
And Peter is a guitarist. Robert is the bassist, and Craig is the drummer. And I highly now I am not like seriously into like a more heavy type of rock, but being involved in music, I appreciate all music. I appreciate rap music, even though I'm not really into it. I do appreciate it. But guys, you have got to hear this. This is so well done studio wise as well. And these guys are such great musicians. You will hear that. It's really great stuff. So this is
Thank
number
you.
two. This is number two for you guys, right?
Yeah.
And-
So we're missing one of our members. It's Matt Cantino. He's the other guitar player.
Okay.
And I do the vocals as well as the drums. Peter also does the keyboards and the programming for the band as well.
Cool.
So it is a heavier band, but it has so much melody that it doesn't cross that line into the screaming and the really heavy, what people consider, metal, the screamers. And it's definitely more of I guess you could say it's our favorite band, if we had to explain it, that Forsaken Throne is the only band that we can all, the four of us, agree on that's the only thing we all like together. And I'm sure Pete would agree, and so would Rob with that one.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know what's funny too? Like I was reading a thing because we do the program, we do music, and it said one of the top hard rock bands of all times is Pink Floyd, and I'm like, I don't look at Pink Floyd as a hard rock band,
Right.
really. Honestly, Metallica, yeah, Black Sabbath, yeah, but Pink Floyd, I look at that more as like art rock or pop or like a little different. It's a little more sophisticated. And I get that with you guys as well, because, one song was real hard. And then you went into, what's the song that it's like a ballad?
Oh, This Feeling, that's the fourth track on the album.
Really
And
good
This
song.
Feeling,
Nice
okay.
keyboard work. Real good.
How
Real
how
good.
did you guys come together? How long ago, first of all, was that? And how did you guys come together to form the band?
It's a very interesting long story. We've been playing together for over 25 years. We've been friends for as long, if not longer, between some of the members. And if we're gonna say what really drives the music, what drives the band is the friendships first. So, like we were saying before, Forsaken Throne is the only band that we all like at the same time. And the reason why it works is because we all bring so many different things. The way we're able to turn that into something new and better is because of our friendships. And so we started, back in 1999, guys?
Yeah,
2000,
1999.
playing together. I've been friends with Matt, the other guitarist, since I'm 13 years old. Obviously, I know my brother my whole life, and he brings this guy, Craig.
Yeah.
Like, who's this guy? and then we started there. We recorded the first version of our first album way back then, and then we redid it, and that was ultimately the release of our first album, The Metaphysical, and we've just been riding that ever since.
So we talk about different bands that Roy mentioned. What bands would you say kind of help shape
Influence,
what shaped your sound?
I mean, I'll talk for me first.
Craig,
So
yeah, Craig.
I bring a lot of different elements. Like we always have these group messages where we talk about guilty pleasures and things that we love outside of the metal world. And there's some that come out there that we go, what are you talking about? And I know that they will look at them and go, there's something wrong with him. Whether it's me saying it or Matt saying it, Rob or Pete. But our influences especially on this album, range from things we grew up with, from like the bands like the Iron Maiden, the Megadeth, the Testament, to the prog stuff of Dream Theater and Symphony X, the more progressive metal, harder rock band. But in that is beautiful sounds and cinema, like it's like cinematic, beautiful music.
Yeah.
And the melodies and the layers of the different, whether it's a string section, whether it's more like a soundtrack feel. certain songs make you want to run through a wall, and certain ones make you want to sit back and just go, I hear a movie soundtrack there. So there's influences from us growing up as musicians to some of our favorite bands that we still do listen to today. And whether it's a song like This Feeling that has that ballad feel and that cinematic feel, to something like With Chains, who I give all credit to Rob on the writing of the riff of that song. There's a very dark, doom, almost black metal quality to that song, but we don't go over that line.
No.
So it's the influences we all grew up with that fit this style.
I have a T-shirt that says "Black Metal Matters."
Right. Yeah.
We can. That's see, guys. We can edit. We
Yeah.
can edit.
Yeah.
Rob's your guy. You wanna
This
talk about how much
Yeah,
it
Rob's the black
matters.
metal guy. So.
Yeah. So
So see, the reason I didn't hear their first album, Nick, it was 1999. You said, and I was only 6 years old.
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah,
That is-
100%. So here's the thing. So do you guys perform at all? Do you go on tour, or you just studio musicians? Like, do you go out? Are you allowed out of your studios?
Pete, you want to take it or?
Right now, we're focused on working in the studio and just getting the best product we can in that venue. And, we're, of course, open to the idea in the future of putting an act on we can get on the stage.
But do you play live music? Have you played in location like in bars or something, or have you performed?
Yeah, we've all done that along the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not as
Now I know we can get you on Spotify, right? We can get the music on Spotify.
Cool.
And are you guys on YouTube as well?
Yes.
Yeah, there's an official YouTube channel. There's Spotify, Apple Music. We're on. I can't believe I'm saying this, and I still say it every day. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Our main website. There's a great merch store. We have CDs available too for people that don't like the streaming aspect, and
CDs,
for those
okay.
that don't want to pay for the services. Our videos are on YouTube too. Like, our album songs are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you have it on gramophone for Nick?
Yeah, you see, listen. No, when he said gram, he meant like grandma phone, like the rotary dial. That's what he meant by that, of course. No, it's interesting you say CDs because music. We all appreciate music. We all grew up with the musical influences. Like there could be opera, it could be pop, it could be rock and roll, it could be the Beatles, it could be Metallica or what have you. But it's all music appreciation, and I think the fact that you thought about putting out CDs for those members of your audience who would appreciate a CD in their car, and instead of streaming, that's really thoughtful. So I'll ask you a personal question. Do you guys have kids?
I do.
You all have kids? Okay. What do your kids think of your music? Are they right into the rock as well, or do they listen to something else? They roll their eyes and go, "Oh, Dad." Like, what is their young reaction from their perspective?
I'm going to answer that question by telling you their age, and I think you're going to know where I'm going with it. But I have two girls, and they're 6 and 9.
Okay.
And
Taylor Swift.
no matter what we do, we have not gotten as many streams as Taylor Swift.
There you go.
But you're
Taylor
close. No, you're
Swift.
getting there though. You're close.
But I will
Yeah.
say that my 9-year-old, especially, is really excited about kind of the process of recording because she's learning music also.
Cool.
So when Craig came to the studio to do his vocals, she's right in the middle of it. She's trying to help write lyrics, and she commented on how loud he is, and she still talks about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
awesome though to get him involved young.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why again,
Yeah.
music. I mean, music is
Universal.
It's universal, but also quite educational. They've said that people who appreciate who learn music cognitively. See, there's a big word, huh? I just learned that Tuesday.
Nick lacks cognitive behavior.
Right. Now, if I understood what that meant, I'll explain it. But
His last name is Nick Biden. Nick
right.
Biden.
So, but they have found in studies that young people who are exposed to music, whether they play it or they sing or perform, they do really well in life. So that's kind of cool.
Now, guys, I'm going to cue you into something. Nick started off in radio as a DJ at Hunter College Radio.
Spinning records, spinning the tunes.
Actually a DJ in New York, and that's how he starwood off. And I think what was Bellwood, Altoona, Pennsylvania, or something.
Yeah, so it was a college radio show, but before that, there was a service where I would go into a studio and just bring a bunch of records. Like they were 45s, okay? For those members of our audience who don't know what a 45 is, it's not a caliber of.
It's what Nick age was 35 years ago.
It's not. It's not a weapon. 45, but it's 45 RPMs. Look it up on YouTube after you watch Forsaken Throne. But so I would spin the records, and then these radio shows would be sent out like syndicated back then. This is like the mid '80s. And we were in Bellwood, Altoona, Pennsylvania, was one of the radio stations. But I'm now in Toronto, and I'm a technical producer of one of the top morning shows here in Toronto. And it's a talk station, but we do play musical bumpers and whatnot. So it's a little bit of everything. But after more than 35 years of being in the radio business, I come across a lot of musicians and them trying to make it, and they don't. But you guys have that tenacity where it doesn't matter. You guys are close friends, and I think that's the bond. I think that's the secret sauce, if you will.
One of the things I can tell is that, number one, you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that by the music, you know, because there's no, you know, like you could tell when a band just goes in and they call it in type of, you know, they can do their track or whatever. You can hear that you guys really take it seriously. And again, if people listening, it's Forsaken Throne, and you can find it just about anywhere, but you can go on Spotify or you can go on YouTube, their YouTube channel, Forsaken Throne. Trust me, after you listen to the show and 10 other shows from our website, then go listen to Forsaken Throne, because they're really great, and hook into their TikTok and their YouTube and their what's the Instagram page?
Instagram, Facebook, you know it. It's funny that you mentioned how the tenacity. The album is called Bloodline because of our connection to each other, the connections of this music with our as friends, as we live these songs. These songs are not something we just churn out and say, all right, we forget about it. We worked on these songs, I mean, regularly to make sure they were the best one they could possibly be. And this is our way of our bloodline, our family, everyone leaving our mark with everyone, and something throughout musical history or our history that we all have down our line, whether it's from our grandparents, parents, us, children, and so forth. And the connection we have in the music and the passion we put into each, I mean, the notes that Matt and Pete and Rob come up with, and then my drum patterns. And I mean, we're never content with just throwing it out there. It's got to be perfect. And
it's important, because having written songs like some country western stuff, you realize how they're looking for what I call canned music. They're looking for this 3/4 note chord progression, simplistic stuff. It's that same. They could put an electronic drum beat in, it wouldn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because they're just putting this stuff together and sending it out as fast as possible, you know. But that's not what you're going to hear with Forsaken Throne. I'm telling you right now, you gotta listen to it. And if you say, "Well, I'm not into rock," well, really, listen to this.
Yeah, and appreciate
exactly. Just might be,
but because between the lyrics and the music, as you guys have mentioned, so for the most part, and I think everyone has their own role in terms of writing songs. Which comes first, chicken or the egg kind of thing? Which comes first? Do you write the lyric first, or do you have a melody in your head, or what is your process for most of your songs?
It's interesting because there really isn't a specific process. You know, a lot of times we'll just get together at 11 o'clock at night and work until about 2 on a
Or your neighbors must love you.
They know. That's great for Matt because he's a doctor. But we just come with ideas. Nothing's finished. Craig is always working on lyrics. He has volumes of lyrics by the time we get to the studio to record those.
What time do you do this?
Usually between the hours of 11 and 2.
Oh, so they come with ideas, and Matt comes with amphetamines.
Matt comes with Oreo cookies.
And earplugs.
He also likes to bring juice boxes, too.
Juice box.
Poor guy's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
We just put ideas down and go for it, and we let the songs kind of write themselves. Everybody contributes when they feel like it's the right time. It's not like, well, I got to get a lick in. I got to get my stamp on this song. If the idea works, it works. If it doesn't, we just keep going. We'll say this. You touched on something before that's very true. We are very picky about what we commit to. We're really hard on ourselves. We're hard on each other. And that shared standard, if one of us stopped caring as much, the thing would fall apart. But we hold ourselves to very high standards.
I mean, that's what I did with my wife. I was very picky.
Yeah.
Right, Craig?
Roy and I have been friends since high school. It's 45 some odd years or something like that. And so far, the restraining order has not kicked in.
Yeah.
But we have the same. Now, it's not music per se, but we just celebrated 300 episodes of this show, and we're now year number 6. And thank you. But this is not.
You're actually, I think you're like show number 3 of our 12th season.
Yeah. And
wow.
It took us this long to find you guys, and thanks for joining us. But the thing is that people have said to us when we started this early on in 2019, they said, "Oh man, podcasting is hard, and you're going to see after like a year, you're going to be done with it and everything else." To be honest with you,
right.
I mean, because of our friendship, and you guys have the luxury of performing together. Like you're in the same place. Like Roy and I are on Zoom, and yeah, we're 1,500 miles apart. Although we did do one show where I was down in Florida, and we did do a couple of shows. Instead of 1,500 miles apart, I was 15 feet apart. Again,
and we did the Fort Myers Film Festival.
As well. So we did all kinds of
invited
stuff
to do that. So.
But we're doing it obviously remotely, and but we still have that. So we have so much fun with it because we're best friends. And I think what the same thread you guys were talking about with how you guys perform and what is the backbone, literally, of your performance and everything else is your friendship and your bond, which is really strong. And you do it out of the love of the music. Now you mentioned that one of your other bandmates was a doctor. Now, this is not to say, well, you guys have day jobs, so this is just a throwaway thing. You guys are just as serious about your music as anything else, because you have a second album, obviously. So, Craig, what do you do for a living in addition to writing music? And
I'm a PE teacher. I teach in Naples. I actually live 3 hours south of Peter, Robert, and Matt.
Oh.
So when we do our vocal sessions, things like that, I'm usually spending time in where you see Pete is. We're in that room a lot doing some vocals, and all the drum work on this album I recorded in actually in Estero, Florida, in our other house.
Right.
And all the drum stuff is recorded right here on this kit. And I didn't have the ability to record the drums with them, but they were there for everything. I mean, constantly sending files, whatever it may be. But when we are together, we work. I mean, we fool around. We have a lot of fun. We are 4 characters, but when it comes down to from push comes to shove, we get our work done, and we are like, I'll get sometimes in front of the mic, and we will be like machines. And watching Pete with the engineering and everything else, and mastering and watching them record, I got videos of them recording everything. It's amazing. So I'm a teacher. I'm a phys ed teacher. I teach outside in the heat in Florida. It's an experience. I'll tell you that much.
Pete, what do you do? What do you do?
I work in account management and sales.
Okay. And Robert?
Yeah, I am currently working as a substitute teacher. I also have psychic abilities.
Oh.
And and I've decided to go off and I'm going to be doing that professionally as well. So I'm a pretty well-rounded person.
Yeah.
So you have psychic abilities like that woman on television where you can tune into people that have passed and things like that?
And yes, I have psychic mediumship abilities. That's correct. Yeah.
Roy, why don't you
can you find Nick's brain? It passed a while ago.
Here's the thing. Roy got all excited because he said he could be a medium, but he's nowhere near a medium, right? It's a large now, isn't it?
And the problem is, I think by now Nick is 1,600 miles away.
Right,
so
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. It's remarkable, and we're speaking with here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We're in the music topic here, but it's interesting. So you guys really don't go out and tour, but if you guys were touring, everyone hears all of these riders, right? A list of demands that has to be in the dressing room. So let's say you guys are asked to go out on tour. So what would be on that rider list that you absolutely have to have in your dressing room, or the show will not go on? So
mine is Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know. So
Yes.
there you go.
Robert,
I never get her.
What would be on your rider list? He's thinking about it.
Robert?
Yes.
Yeah, Robert.
What would be on your list of things that you had to have, let's say, in the green room, so to speak?
In the dressing room.
Yeah, dressing room.
Like green M&Ms and things like that.
Definitely plenty of water, and gluten-free snacks.
Okay,
gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
Okay.
Peter, what would be on your rider list?
Sandwiches and pasta.
Sandwiches and pasta. Okay. And
there you go.
And for you, Craig?
Oh, it's sandwiches all the way. It's some type of cold cuts, some type of.
I've seen him eat. I've seen this guy
Oh,
eat.
yeah,
He can eat.
he-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with all the vowels that we have, there's so many vowels here that if we were ever to go on Wheel of Fortune, we'd be selling them at a group rate. So we're all Italians here, right? And so they're not saying they're sanguiches. That's what we have, sanguich,
Sanguich,
right?
yeah,
a little
sanguich.
panini,
Well,
little.
what happens whenever we
Oh.
work together, we start talking at 11 o'clock in the morning. What are we gonna eat for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Someone
Oh,
has
yeah.
to leave the session to go start cooking because it's really important.
Oh, yeah.
We'll eat dinner 2 or 3 times, and then so we always earn it. But there's always pasta at the end of the tunnel.
Well, yeah,
always.
it has to be.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah, see, you know, we've
So
done this-
now, let's go again. Now, you guys are on Facebook, and what is it on Facebook?
It's facebook.com/Forsaken Throne Band.
Forsaken Throne Band on Facebook.
Yep, on Facebook. Yep. On
Okay.
Instagram, it's Forsaken_Throne on Instagram.
what we'll
Okay.
do is we'll
And
throw all this up on
TikTok.
we'll throw this up
Yeah.
on our website, right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're going to put this on our newsletter too, and on the website
Yeah.
and everything,
Oh, yeah.
so people have it. But what about TikTok?
So the TikTok is, I think, tiktok.com/@forsaken.throne.
Nick,
It's all wacky.
Nick knows about TikTok because it was his last Christmas gift that I sent to him. You know, he got
Right.
it. It was ticking. You know?
Yeah.
You guys haven't figured out.
And
Fred
boy-
Young Band's very own 12-year-old girl.
Wait, no. You have to repeat that because that's where I need a lawyer at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I heard 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I'm not even going there. you
Yeah.
know?
Sorry, Mr. Epstein. What? Sorry. No, you were saying. Just repeat that last line.
Okay, guys, we're talking about music, right? I want to know how you feel about this because we listen to songs, and then we don't even process it as we're listening to it. Okay, and they're hit songs. Like for instance, Ringo Starr, "You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine." He's a pedophile, and we all sang that stupid song,
Yeah.
right? Think about it; it's stuck in your head right now. Okay, I mean, come on.
Or "Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon" by Neil Diamond, right? Same thing.
Yeah, you'll be a woman
Creepy.
soon.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you know, who even knows what Neil Diamond was doing?
So, okay, where did you come up with the
He's
name?
probably hanging out at a parochial school with Ringo Starr.
Parochial. See, that's how
With
old.
a school bus and a bag of lollipops.
Yeah, that was last week's Roy's itinerary. But you see how old he is. He used parochial school. Who says parochial school anymore?
You know, hey, Nick, you know, benefits of a classical education. In the Bronx.
Classical, sure. Roy's favorite rapper was the classical rapper Yo-Yo Mama. How did you guys come up with the name Forsaken Throne? What is
yes,
the origin
that's
of
cool.
that name?
So the name of the band was actually originally Blessed Betrayal, and we released the first album in 1999-2000 under the name Blessed Betrayal.
Okay.
When we got back together later on and re-recorded that album and changed the songs, we needed a name that was a little more captivating and less romance novel sounding. I
Or
guess you
Irish.
could
Sounds
say.
very
And
Irish to me.
That's the thing we really went for a long time. We went back and forth about. We actually settled on one name first, and then I forget what happened, Pete. I'm sure you can weigh in on this one. That we were originally going with Vacant.
Yeah, it was
Throne.
vacant.
Yeah.
Saken?
Yeah.
And then we found that was taken
Oh.
by some other band.
Wow.
Moved on.
Forsaken Throne is what I call my bathroom.
This is after he's done with
But
it.
it's got a connection to something great.
Now,
So Forsaken
Yes,
Throne,
yeah.
again,
Forsaken Throne.
again, guys, you've got to go on and listen to the band's name is Forsaken Throne. If you've never heard them, you should.
yeah, if you go to nickandroy.com, we'll put all of your info on there. And like I said, we'll also put you in our newsletter.
link.
Which you have
Yeah,
every
we'll
month.
put a
We'll
link.
to it and to
Yeah.
all of your socials and everything else. We really are thrilled that you've joined us here on the show. And we do some interviews every once in a while. But I think the fact that, like Roy said, we have really cool guests on. We talked to a scientist who was underwater for 100 days.
He had sex underwater with his wife
Yeah.
to see how the reaction of
Yeah.
having sex would.
Yeah, it
The guy
was-
almost blew up the pod
Yeah.
underwater because he
did.
tried to cook with a Bunsen burner, and the pressure sent the gas back in and almost blew the whole thing up. I mean, yeah, this was crazy.
And his banana exploded. Not his,
His banana
but a banana
exploded, which
and,
happened to Nick.
Right, yeah. And then we talked to a guy who hasn't worn shoes in 20 years because he's allergic to leather. That was quite something. So we have some really interesting guests.
The man goes to restaurants with no shoes on.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does this? We got a guy who lives on cereal. That's all he eats is cereal.
Yeah.
We spoke to him.
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
We all went to college, so.
Yeah, we had Tara Canastrasa on. She's fantastic.
Yeah,
she's
great
a comedian.
Yeah,
if you've never heard of Guys, You're Italian, she's the Italian Barbie. She's fantastic. She's great.
She is
great.
Yeah, she's really
Roy's
great.
driving her dream car right now. She lent it to him.
Yeah. That was last week. So.
Yeah. And even though you're not, those of you who are not even a fan of always quote heavy metal, just listen to it for the lyrics and listen to it for the talent that is the musicians in the recording studio. So we really do appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
And then we're gonna fade out, guys. We're gonna fade out with one of your songs. Which one?
Oh boy, you guys pick it.
Okay, we'll pick it. How about you, Peter? You have a preference?
And I'm thinking With Chains.
With Chains. Robert, what am I thinking right now? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. Roy had his head examined. They found nothing. So it's okay. It's okay.
Guys, what was the song, Peter?
With Chains. What do you think, guys?
With Chains?
I'm fine with it. Yep.
With Chains?
Okay. So here it is, guys. With Chains.
We got Peter, Robert, and Craig. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun, and good luck with everything. And you know, maybe if there'll be a third album, we'll have a follow-up interview with you guys. We'd love to have you back.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you
really
very
appreciate
much.
it.
Good luck, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
You can be cool too when you go to our website, nickandroy.com, and send us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
I have a follow-up to an email that I had last week, and we're not picking on this listener. I think she keeps emailing us. Her name is Barbara. She's from Michigan, if you remember. She absolutely loved our commercial of Fox Lever.
Fox Lever.
There you go. That's for you. So Barbara says,
Barbara.
So Barbara, so I said to her, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And we always do appreciate all of our emails that we get. And so we sent her our newsletter. And you can go to nickandroy.com, go to the bottom of the page, and you too can subscribe. So we sent her the newsletter. She says, I did enjoy my first newsletter. And I really enjoy, although it was a swell thing to read, I love listening to Nick and Roy. I appreciate it. I use the internet all the time, but I really do appreciate you guys or what I listen to. I'm paraphrasing, but she says she'll keep on listening and laughing and learning, I guess. And she says, who doesn't need a good laugh? So she's seen our pictures on the website. So she signed off.
Not mine. I'm a Calomaniac.
Right, yeah. 100%. So she signs it laughing in Michigan at least once a week. So thank you, Barbara. We really do appreciate your feedback. And
then you can email us, Barbara. Tell us what you think of our pictures. Huh?
Right, yeah. Well, she said she laughs every week.
We'll take a few and then
exactly.
All right.
All right.
So I got Peter.
Yes,
from Hoboken, New Jersey. Remember Hoboken?
Yes, that's where Frank Sinatra is from.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's right.
Yeah,
he is. That's right.
Yeah,
and he did it his way there.
He did.
So he says, "Great show. 3 greats.
Okay,
that's
good.
great, I guess.
Yes."
My wife and I can't get enough. We would like our diplomas now.
Oh.
From the Totally Useless Information University.
Yeah. What do we call it?
We heard you speaking about it on much earlier shows. We did. We spoke about, I think, in season 2 or 3. We were talking about the TUI University.
TUIU.
TUIU.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, Peter, is we're going to come up with a diploma.
Yes.
and we will email each person who emails us and tells us how many episodes they've listened to. They don't have to take a test, but we will email you a diploma from our university, which you can proudly print out on your printer and put on your walls, and then take a picture of it and send it to us, and we'll put your picture in the newsletter.
Wow. Go figure that one out.
Double bonus. Double bonus.
Yes. On the show today, we talked about inventions. We talked about words. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Organizers of the World Stone Skimming Championships in Scotland said a cheating scandal led to the disqualification of several competitors. The world, that's why I said, what was my teaser? I said, and in the news, they had the stones to cheat.
Oh,
see what I did
this
there?
is going to get real now.
Okay.
Really quick.
The World Rock Skimming Championships, an annual celebration of the sport, also known as stone skipping. It's held every September on the western Scotland island of Easdale. The rules of the competition require that the stones thrown by the competitors to skim across the surface of the water to be naturally occurring slate from the island.
Oh, so they have to use a local stone.
But several competitors in this year's event were found to be wielding rocks that appear to have been shaped and smoothed by a machine.
Uh-oh, cheater.
Some of the stones appear to have artificial notches created to aid in throwing.
Give them a little velocity.
That's right.
Maybe a little bit of air gets under them.
So the
Give them
competitors,
some lift.
they called them. They said, hey, they were worried that people might think that, what's being done here. But there's a toss master, okay? Kyle Matthews, a toss master. He contacted the individuals who admitted their transgressions, and he had to disqualify them. But to give them the credit, they deeply apologized for bringing the sport into disrepute and accepted disqualification.
Wait a minute. So the guy realized this.
That's right, and he
And
admitted
he
to
says,
it.
"You're guilty of STM." Skip to my loo.
Right.
Skip to my loo, my darling. Okay, so these guys are in what country, Nick?
Scotland.
Scotland. So they're in Scotland. So these guys there's two things going on here which are a big problem. Number one, they have to wind up to skip this rock. So you got to give a couple of steps and then spin the rock across the water, right?
Right.
Where does that leave the kilt, Nick? That's my problem. We're going to see more stones than we think.
Maybe that was part of the scandal.
If you're going to get some air under the rock, you might as well get some under the kilt. Kind of to cool you off a little bit while you're doing the sports.
Just a little bit. I think that was the problem because in the stones under the kilt, they had some little markings on them. Anyway,
I thought stone skipping was when I went to see the Beatles instead.
Good point.
It's a rock theme, Nick. It's a rock
It
theme.
is. It is. That's right. With rocks in our heads.
So what kind of trouble did they get in?
The first round of the competition features competitors attempting to skip their stones across the surface, like we said, a distance of about 206 feet. Kentucky man Jonathan Jennings became the competition's first ever American winner in the adult male category for this year's event. Lucy, by the way, in case you're wondering, equal time here, Lucy Woods won the female category for the 6th time.
Lucy Woods?
Lucy Woods.
Yeah. Lucy Woods. Yo, Lucy Woods.
She was good with her stones.
Maybe she had a kilt too. That's what they call the guys. Lucy Wood. It's a picture, folks. Think about it.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Oh, fuck.
So Lucy Wood has won 6 times. So she's skipping them rocks like you can't even imagine.
Exactly. So
But
anyway,
this guy Jennings is from the U.S.
Yep.
He comes in and embarrasses all these kilt-wearing Scots.
Yeah, this is after the previous cheaters, basically. They got
well,
thrown out.
the Scottish people were cheating, not the U.S. guy, right?
Looks like I think it was the Scottish ones. Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
there you go. So at the end of the tournament, of
The
course,
guy's like, hey, that's a drone holding a rock. Throwing it.
Yeah. And so of course the punishment was they were stoned. That's all the time we have for
Yeah,
this
you
episode.
stone them to death. That
That's
should be
right.
the punishment.
That's right.
That's fair, isn't it? Don't you think?
It is. That's
Either
all,
that or they have to collect all the stones in the pond.
right. With their teeth. That's all the time
We
we
get
have.
a nice Italian guy to do that.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that. These guys will be working on that right away.
Yeah, right, 100%.
Louis, get the cinder blocks.
Next thing you know, they're building a condominium complex.
That cement is there. It's there for the weight, babe. Hey, it's rock music. It's all a theme,
It
folks.
is. That's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Ray. We will scour the internet far and wide to find out more totally useless information just for you.
And until then, tell everybody, because we're going to get some more cool guests. We don't just get any guests. We got people that didn't wear shoes. We got people that lived underwater. We take everybody. Comedians, rock, even though me and Nick are not, really into rock music.
As we discovered.
We listened to that entire album. It's really good.
And
it's good.
It is. And my head hurts.
Yeah.
I'm Nick.
And I'm skipping Stones Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com.